Hey guys, welcome to my channel, and this is part 2 of a knit beanie hat. If you want to see part 1, please follow in the description under this video. And this one, I'm very sorry for those who were waiting for this part 2. I know it took almost eternal to make it, because actually the one I was knitting at the beginning was for my client and I had to finish very fast for her, so I had no time to finish part 2 to sewing. I just give to her. And then I was in Portugal, was very warm weather and no mood to knit beanie hat. Then I thought I have to finish for my subscribers and those who don't know how to finish, because we started and we knit the whole hat. It was just how to seam it. So I decided to make a child version for my son, and it's 2 times smaller than the original I was knitting in part 1, but the process is the same. It's just to join the invisible seam. As you can see, you cannot see practically where was the seam, so I kept the yarn so I can understand that here was the seam. And then I just showed you how to finish here. So it's super easy. Actually nothing is so special, but for beginners I think it could be helpful. So, well, like right now we have to remove this yarn, and I will start from here because I want to sew together on these sides. So I need the points here, so I will start to insert. You can even start from here to put on the needle if you want to start from here to close the hat, to join the parts. And all you need is just undo here the knots, then pick up the stitches and remove the yarn. First pick up the stitch and then remove the yarn, so you don't risk to spoil. Then pick up the next stitch and then remove the yarn. Naturally, I always undo here and insert the needles, but this time I want to try on this side. So my 2 points will be same. So it's quite easy. Just every time before removing the yarn, just pick up the loops. So let's do. And like this, I see the other green, there is still the yarn, I pick it up and then I remove. So like that you go until the end of this. Now when our both needles are ready, we have to sew that together, these 2 parts, and we will try to do it maximum accurately and invisibly. So what we have to do is to measure the yarn. It must be 3 lengths of the hat, so 1 length, second, and the third, and let's leave a little bit more. So quite a long tail like this. I'm going to use it for sewing this hat. So you will need a needle. Insert the yarn into the needle. And now take the 2 needles, pull a bit this yarn, pull, and we are going to join them together. What we do, we insert the needle like this and remove the loop from the needle. So we are creating the knot here. Pull a bit, and now we have to do the same from the other side. One moment. So now we are going to the second needle. Don't twist it, don't twist the stitches, and just release, and it must lie like this, completely not twisted. Pull a bit this end. Later when we hide this tail, we pull a bit stronger. Now here, I hope you can see better, is the stitch that we released that was on the knot, that created the knot. So just how to show you clearly. Here, the stitch that we took the first, you must insert in it and move like this. So the main idea is not to twist the loops, the stitches. I hope you can see. So it lies like this, it's not twisted. Now you must find the one before and go like that. It's hard to explain, but not so difficult to do it. So this loop, you see, it's not twisted. Later we pull. Now we find the one before. You can see here. We insert into it. We are imitating the knit stitch. And we go like that. Always check that your stitches are not twisted. I know maybe you don't see well, but just follow the movement of the needle. Here is the stitches that go from this needle, so you must go back into it, take it, and then come back here and take this stitch. And we are creating the invisible join. So now if you see here, it's practically invisible. You cannot see the space where we are joining because we are putting together the purl side and we are creating the knit stitch, so it's very invisible. All you need is to watch that your stitches are not twisted when you remove them from the needles. So for example, now I have to go back to the so I have to go back to the stitch on the needle, and I see that if I look at the loop, this side is closer to me and this one is a bit further, so I just go this way because I know that like this the loop will remain not twisted. Pull, and it lies perfectly. So now I'm going back into this one and I'm going this way because like this is not twisted. So it must remain in this position, not like this. With a bit of practice, I think you can understand the movements. Then I go back here. And like this until the end, nothing difficult. Just go from one needle to another one. And pull a bit the yarn. So it goes like this. Now I pull the yarn and I show you how it becomes invisible. You see? It imitates our main pattern. And continue, and then I show you how to close here. So that's how it must look like now. If you did everything right, your the seam must be invisible, and that's how hard it is to see where it is. And now you must have the two, sorry for the noise of my needles, you must have the two last stitches. So we will do the same as before until the very end. So just pick up the very last one. Do the same, exactly same thing. Pull a bit the yarn. So let's remove these needles that are extremely noisy. Then pick up all the loops. So right now we have just the hole that we must put on the other side, and just use the normal stitch to join it. So what you do is simply pick up all the stitches all around, go into all of them. Pull the yarn. Try not to miss. Sorry. So I'm going all around to remove the hole, to join the top of the hat. So after you pull the yarn through all the stitches, your hat is completely ready, and the only thing you can hide the ends. So I'm using the crochet hook. I'm just going between the stitches, grabbing the yarn and pull through. So you can do that a couple of times and then simply cut the yarn, and you don't have to be worried about the ends because it will never undo. So just like this, and your beanie hat is completely ready. That's how it looks like. Oh, we have the other that you had at the very beginning. Also using the hook, you can go through stitches. This one, try to bring it at least to the middle here. So just continue by putting it like that. It's super easy. So that's it for today. Our hat is completely ready. Now you can wash it according to the labels from your yarn and use it. It's super warm, it's beautiful, and I hope it will bring you a lot of joy and happiness. So subscribe to my channel, click the bell, and you will see more tutorials like this.